Well, no quit in Mitt, the former GOP presidential candidate, telling donors he just may run again. Frank Lunt says who he told first is quite revealing. I think it was some money guys, wasn't it?
And, Neil, that's very important. Mitt Romney raised more money from Republican donors than any other presidential candidate in history. And in the conversations that I've had over the past 12 hours, they're basically split into thirds. 1/3 want to stay with him and hope that he does run again. 1/3 want to choose and have already moving towards choosing somebody else in the lead there. It's Jeb Bush with Christie in second. And then a third are kind of trying to decide what they want to do. But, Neil, they're going to have to ask Mitt Romney 3 questions. Number one, why did you think you were going to win on Election Day when, in fact, you lost an electoral landslide? What was wrong with your campaign that they gave you misinformation? Second, how are you going to do better this time when you had a president with a disapproval rating of 55%? You had an economy that was shattered, and you had people who thought that their future was going to be worse than the present. And number 3, what will you do that's different? Will you defend your brilliant record as governor, your strong record in private equity? Because Mitt Romney didn't do any of that. Those 3 are legitimate questions. Make no mistake, they still believe that he was the most qualified candidate, one of the most qualified ever. But they're going to have to ask these questions, and Romney's going to have to answer them.
Do you think he has at least got the better rearview mirror look, that the people are saying, you know, he was right about Vladimir Putin, he was right about the healthcare law and its tentacles into our lives? They might treat him a little differently now.
Yes, absolutely. And I think that he has the potential to be a strong candidate, but not until he answers those 3 questions. And the issue for Republicans is that they do occasionally look backward. Richard Nixon failed in 1960, but they nominated him in 1968. Right. Ronald Reagan failed in 76, but he won the nomination in 1980. George W. Bush lost in 1980, but came back in 1988. So the GOP and Mitt Romney in 2008, 2012. So, Neil, the history is on Mitt Romney's side, but so is the frustration of many Republicans who felt that he should have run a better campaign, and frankly, that he should have won that campaign.
Be that as it may, Jeb Bush is trying to make himself look inevitable, probably with that same group of folks. Is he?
I'm told that some people who are going to attend his events in the next 10 days, 2 weeks, have suddenly backed away, or they're attending, but they're not going to make any commitments. That said, you now have 3 candidates fighting over, literally, Neil, hundreds of millions of dollars in campaign cash. And they're all going to the same place. They're going to Greenwich, Connecticut. They're going to Westchester County, New York. They're going to L.A. They're going to Miami.
Who are those 3 candidates? Bush, Romney, and I guess Christie? Is that what you're saying?
And Christie. And then everybody else is in a different place. Now, for these candidates...
What about the Christie whole Dallas thing? He's going to go to the Green Bay-Dallas game, I guess, pick up the tab himself. I don't know if he's going to do the man-hug thing again, but did that hurt him?
It doesn't hurt him. Nobody cares. Why shouldn't the governor enjoy a great football game? Why shouldn't they enjoy America's pastime?
Because he's a New Jersey governor, and he was rooting for a Dallas team.
You know what? This is what I think is unique about Christie. He'll say things that you would normally think are really tough to hear, but when you hear them, you actually say, you know what? He's right. If he's truthful, and Dallas is his team, he's not going to get hurt out of New Jersey because he happens to like Dallas. People will respect him for telling the truth. Do you remember when Hillary Clinton tried to claim...
to say about Philadelphia fans, that's a big market in southern Jersey, that they're awful fans and all that. Doesn't he have a habit of just digging deeper ditches?
Yeah, but he also has a habit of telling the truth, and he does so in such a direct way. Neil, Hillary Clinton tried to pretend that she was a fan of New York teams, and nobody believed it. This is refreshing. This is different. The public is looking, and I give Christie credit for this, that he's willing to take the heat, even from this network, that he's willing to take the heat and just be who he is.
Yeah, but I think you're so smart, you're missing the obvious point that who he is looks like a goofball.
It looks like
just a quick read of the video.
It looks like somebody who loves their football team, somebody who loves the game, and somebody who wants to be...
This is for the Dallas Cowboys. This is with Jerry Jones. This is a man hug that scares me.
Neil, then maybe you need to do a couple more of those man hugs to make you feel more comfortable. I'll tell you what, Neil, when I'm on set with you, which will probably happen next week, you and I will do a man hug. It'll make you feel at ease.
There we go. I'll bring the sweater. It's always good,
Yeah.
Frank. Thank you.
Thank you.